the high-octane drama in Delhi continues after Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's plea challenging his arrest by the Enforcement Directorate in the alleged liquor policy scam case has been rejected by the Delhi High Court. Amidst the Aam Aadmi Party crisis, political war of words has erupted, with the Aam Aadmi Party Sanjay Singh taking a dig at the Bharatiya Janata Party and slamming the party over widespread tyranny. Meanwhile, Sunita Kejriwal, Arvind Kejriwal's wife, has shared Delhi Chief Minister's message from jail, in which he has directed all his MLAs to visit their constituencies regularly. Well, the big question is, what is next for the Aam Aadmi crisis, and is this a functional model for Delhi to be governed by? We'll talk about this with our guests. Joining us on the show is Mr. Amit Tiwari, BJP spokesperson, Mr. Siddharth Sharma, Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson. Also with us on the program, Chandni Preeti Shah, political analyst, with us on the show as well. Advocate Manasvi Thapar, political analyst, joins us on the show as well. Last but by no means the least, Mr. Sumit Peer, senior political commentator, also joins us on the program. Sumit, I'll begin with you. Sumit, do you think that this is perhaps the wisest way of running a city like Delhi? The Chief Minister is lodged in jail. A number of other ministers who held prominent positions were extremely involved in running and conducting the affairs of the national capital are also lodged in jail. With the elections approaching and, a high-stake drama erupting between the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Aam Aadmi Party, is this a feasible model? Is it possible for Arvind Kejriwal's wife, to represent him? If you vote for the Prime Minister, you would not expect his wife to run his affairs if he is, not available for a particular reason. There is a reason why somebody is chosen to run a particular post. Is this a viable situation for the Aam Aadmi Party?
Vinny, thanks for having me on your show. Unfortunately, it is not, because people have chosen Mr. Kejriwal, not Mrs. Sunita Kejriwal. That is the first thing. She has not even contested, for that matter. Now, either you run the CMO from jail, I don't know is it legally possible or not, but as per the honorable courts, it is upon the executive, that is LG Saab and the higher in the scarlet shade, to decide whether it is feasible or not. Today, you can't read out the message, but Kejriwal ji ne ye kaha, Kejriwal ji ne ye kaha. Either Mrs. Kejriwal has to become the CM, and then she can do it. And if the party chooses her to be a CM, that's a different issue. But you can't have this proxy government, wherein technically we say something called as a performance enhancement proxy. You can't run through a proxy server, wherein the main server is replicated on a mirror server, and mirror server feeds the people. So that can't be done. That is what on the mandate is. Mandate is for a person, is not for the family of a person. Mandate is not for the rishdari of a person. Mandate is not for the bhai-bandi of a person. Now you have prominent leaders in jail. There was a time when Satyendra Jain was in the jail, and he was still the jail mantri of the state, and he was in his own state jail. It's after that POSCO incident happened, he had to resign. Now for the Aam Aadmi Party, if there is a new brand of leadership, I think Sanjay Singh is out. Why can't Sanjay Singh be the CM? If Sanjay Singh is out, Sanjay Singh ji can be the CM. Sunita ji can be the CM. Atishi can be the CM. Saurabh Bhardwaj can be the CM. Anybody can be the CM. But even if you look at yesterday, Atishi ji told that BJP had approached me, then there was a defamation case on her. 2 days back, she's telling me, Saurabh Bhardwaj and Chaudhary will be arrested, because that is how the things are going to happen. Now the question is, if that is the scenario, if that is the scene, what is shaping up, who is going to run the AAP? You need a solid person doing 24/7 job. You can't have a person and his messenger and his some cadre of the people, half of them are in jail, half of them are out in the jail, and in this utter confusion you are trying to run something. Now yesterday there were banners that Sanjay Singh, Sher bahar aa gaya. Agar Sher bahar aa gaya, to Sher ko CM banao. Let Sher be the CM. Where is the problem? But Mr. Kejriwal will not let power go out of his family. The problem is that the power has to be within the family. That is where the things are heading. So if you believe in the leadership, if you believe that Sanjay Singh is competent, or even Mrs. Kejriwal is competent, let you formally, depute them, let you formally give them the post and let them run the things. You can't have this proxy thing going on, and looking at what happened with Manish Sisodiyaji's case. It's more than a year he's in jail. So how do you expect Kejriwal out in next 1 week? It's not a 1 week.
Let me also, in fact, take a response from Siddharth Sharma. Siddharth, appreciate you being here. Well, Einstein said that if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, you will end up making it feel foolish. What Einstein was trying to say is that people are meant for certain jobs and what they are good at, what they have been chosen for. Do you really think Delhi can be run like this? With the chief minister and all your top ministers in jail?
Yeah, I can perfectly understand the entire BJP and its ecosystem's nervousness with Mr. Kejriwal's legal stand. When you speak about functionality and dysfunctionality, how come Manipur is burning for the last 1 year and the Manipur BJP chief minister continues to serve? Isn't it also true that...
He's not in jail.
Come on, are you going to let me answer, or are you just going to snatch words out of my mouth?
No, don't be so sensitive.
Why have you called me?
No, I haven't. I'm just saying that maybe the comparison that you're making is incorrect. Their chief minister is not in jail. Go ahead.
I think let the BJP answer for themselves. No, I was speaking about BJP. I was not speaking about NewsX. Let the BJP spokesperson answer why, when I speak about Manipur being dysfunctional and the Manipur CM continuing to be the chief minister.
But you were making a wrong analogy. You were making a wrong analogy. Yeah, continue.
The question is not to Vineet. The question is to the BJP. So it will only reflect that the BJP is not so confident of its anchor that it is sending one spokesperson and half an anchor. Let's not get into that. Now, the point here is that I'll make a very cheeky submission here. Isn't it true that the entire BJP ecosystem is saying that Modi ji sitting in India has stopped the Russia-Ukraine war happening 5,000 kilometers away? So if Mr. Modi ji can stop a war 5,000 kilometers away without going there, Arvind Kejriwal right now is sitting in Delhi and he's running Delhi. And incidentally, just for your information, today one Mr. Gupta from the Hindu Mahasabha, he also had a case today in the High Court of Delhi, and that got thrown out. So if that case, this entire canard had any even a little bit of substance, 3 cases in the last 3 days would not have been thrown out by the High Court. Now the point here is that enough questions have been answered beneath. The BJP has questioned and arrested me for murder while the body was recovered in its own backyard. It's now BJP's to turn to answer question on every kid's lips. Why did BJP take 60 crore rupees from Mr. Sharath Reddy? This is a question every boy, every child, every kid is asking in India, that the proceeds of the crime of the so-called Delhi liquor policy, a single naya paisa has not yet been found with Aam Aadmi Party. The same proceeds of crime have been found parked at the BJP's backyard on the same principle of the PMLA Act, which says that proceeds of the crime and money trail and recovery are enough for conviction. When is the BJP's Pradhanji walking into the ED's office and saying that let me save the time of the judiciary and the ED and this is my surrender and I have taken it. Let the ED start prosecuting it. What has essentially happened, Vineet, you know, I know, every kid knows, across India everybody knows. Kejriwal essentially has boomeranged on BJP. Okay. The electoral bonds very clearly showed that BJP is a Bhrashtachari party. Arresting Kejriwal has made it look like a Atyachari party also. I rest my case.
Okay, all right. Let me get a response to what all you have said from Mr. Amit Tiwari as well, BJP spokesperson. Mr. Tiwari, are you there with us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Well, some grave charges, some grave analogies also being made by Mr. Siddharth Sharma. How do you respond to that? Is the BJP scared of Arvind Kejriwal and that's why they want to lock him up?
Let me first answer whether BJP is scared of Mr. Kejriwal or not. Kejriwal went to Uttar Pradesh, contested elections on 370 seats, lost on 368 seats, even the deposits were forfeited. He went to Uttarakhand, 70 seats contested, 68 deposits forfeited. He went to Chhattisgarh, he went to Rajasthan, he went to Madhya Pradesh. Nota got more votes than Mr. Kejriwal, right? He fought in Haryana, he's going to fight in Haryana, he fought in other states. Everywhere he lost except Punjab. And there were different situations in Punjab, therefore I will not go into that. So first of all, the question of fear of Mr. Kejriwal does not arise at all. Secondly, I can clearly see the frustration of a person inside the jail and their party people outside the jail. These are the people, if you'll pose them a question regarding science, they will answer about math. That's the situation today. You simply sit and ask a question whether it is possible to run affairs of the government by being inside the jail. He did not answer that. He says Modi ji can do this, Modi ji can do this, so Kejriwal can also do this. Now let me tell you what transpired in the court. Probably when the constitutional framers drafted the constitution, they never thought that such a kind of person will also come in on this planet. That he will take a stand that even if I am alleged to have involved in corruption, even if I am put behind the bars, even if my bail applications are dismissed by the trial court or the high court, but I will not resign. I have 2 points to make here. Why is he not resigning? The question is because he is scared of losing the power that he has today, number one. Number two, why is he not making his wife, Sunita Kejriwal, the chief minister? Because that's not legally possible. And therefore, Sanjay Singh also cannot be the chief minister of Delhi. Because if you resign somebody, because there are 70 MLAs, the 70 seats, you will have to make somebody resign out of those 62 people. By-elections will have to take place within 6 months, and therefore the person who, outsider, if somebody who is not already an MLA, if he is made a CM, he will have to contest and win elections within 6 months. But by-elections cannot happen because Representation of People Act says, if the tenure of the Legislative Assembly is less than 1 year, that means then the by-elections cannot happen. The same happened in Uttarakhand. So therefore, Kejriwal is aware that if I resign today, I will have to make somebody chief minister amongst the remaining 61 MLAs of my party. He can't make Mrs. Sunita Kejriwal the chief minister. Therefore, he is scared about this. Thirdly, every day, what Mrs. Kejriwal and Mr. Kejriwal are trying to do is to somehow remain in media. Every day you will find something. I have launched a number. Please send your messages. The number disappeared. Messages are not shown to the public. Today, please go, all MLAs, go to your jurisdictions, go to your areas, resolve the problems of the people. Till now, what was the situation? That we want to work, but the LG Saab doesn't allow us to work. We want to solve problems, but the LG and central government doesn't allow us to solve the problem. Now, only in order to remain in the media, please go and solve all their problems. So please, people have got to know that he has lost his political credibility. People has learned that he is a corrupt man, having serious allegations. If he was so concerned about the welfare of the people, he should not have committed this particular scam.
Nothing has been proven. Nothing has been. All right, Mr. Tiwari, nothing has been proven against him. And Sanjay Singh was also kept in jail for 6 months.
Yes.
And they say if you are being given bail, Chandni, under the PMLA, then it's as good as you being acquitted. Chandni, come in.
So, I'll come to this also on Sanjay Singh's bail also. But let me, get myself on the whole scenario over here. See, what I opine is that if ED has arrested a sitting chief minister, his deputies, his aides and close allies, it is because they have substance. Like, imagine the blunder if they get it wrong. It is their responsibility and duty to carry out the process as per the law. And if they had not been in possession of any evidence, the courts would not have been rejecting the bail pleas of Mr. Sisodia and Jain multiple times. So ED has a very heavy burden on the
But it's the burden of proof still lies with the ED, right?
True. And they have established a money trail of 338 crores, right? And, coming to this Sanjay Singh's bail, if you see, the Sanjay Singh's bail has been given not on the basis of merits, and this is on record with the court. He has been given bail because of the concession that is given by the ED, that is ED not opposing. And the main, points on which, conditions on which he has been given bail, there is one very important point that he won't make any statements, regarding his role or the liquor policy in the media. What does he do? Coming out of the jail, the first thing he does is saying that, this is all BJP is doing, this is all Narendra Modi is doing, he is a dictator. I mean,
but maybe those are not facts of the case. What they perhaps intended was that they should not be giving away nitty-gritties of what the interrogation was all about. Sumit seems to be very, very eager to come in on what I've just said about Sanjay Singh. Sumit, in legal jargon, it said that if you're given bail under PMLA, it's as good as being acquitted. And obviously, there is a sense of vindication also that the Aam Aadmi Party is feeling since Sanjay Singh came out. It also goes on to prove a point that there is nothing on them.
We need a couple of important points here. First of all, Sanjay Singh got bail because ED chose not to oppose it. Tomorrow, if they choose to oppose it, he has to go back to jail. That's point number one. Point number two, it was not on the merits of the case. It was because I am choosing it. So, bhai, filhal de do. Thirdly, if I say tomorrow that I have changed my position, Sanjay Singh has to possibly go back to jail. Point number 4, in PML, all such cases, when a bail is given, by the court, it becomes like a law, it becomes like a precedence. But here, the bail is not given on the merits, so there is no law, there is no precedence. This cannot be applied on others. If this was given on the merits, then today, in the next 48 hours or 78 hours, everybody will be out. Point number 6, then you always said that, BJP is controlling CBI, ED, NIA, courts, High Court, Supreme Court, everything is controlled by Modi ji and BJP is controlling everything. If BJP was controlling everything, why did Sanjay Singh get the bail? Then logically, BJP would have not allowed Sanjay Singh to get the bail. You are trying to cast aspersions that all the institutions of India are compromised. If all the institutions of India were compromised, then how did Sanjay Singh got the bail? And if Sanjay Singh got the bail, that doesn't mean that there is no scam, because there are no merits of it. And with every bail has 3 conditions. You will not tamper with the evidence. You will not influence
Could
the
it
witness.
also mean they did not find anything?
No, I can choose to oppose it now or not to oppose, because I might have been an approver. We don't know what Sanjay Singh has told ED.
Okay. I'm gonna ask Siddharth to reflect on this a little later, but before that, let me also get a point of view from Advocate Manasvi Thapar on this as well. Manasvi, where do you stand on this, and how do you think this is turning against or in favor of the Aam Aadmi Party?
It's a no man's land right now. It's very interesting how things are panning out. So I agree with both the point of views. One, what Siddharth said, and what Amit said. I totally agree with partially on both the fronts. Why do I say that is because when Siddharth...
You sound like an anchor. Go on.
Yeah. So when Siddharth makes a point that where are the proceeds of crime in specifics to the allegations raised towards Sanjay Singh. So in that particular specifics, I would want to say that it is the allegation of Mr. Dinesh Arora that 2 crores were handed over to him. So that 2 crores have till date not been traced out. So when Mr. Amit says that how can you run a government from the jail, that is also making some point. Why would I say that? That constitutional experts or constitutional framers did not think that there would be a chief minister who would run a government from the jail, because it was not something which was legally required at that time, because we were a young nation trying to build up a constitution. At that time, everyone was on an ethical point कि ये सब तो बिल्कुल नहीं करेंगे. मतलब जेल जाने वाला व्यक्ति कभी देश को चलाएगा ऐसा सोचा नहीं होगा. So that's very well taken by Amit. But right now, on that constitutional point, is Arvind Kejriwal a convict? No, as of now. So that's also a valid point. So there is a validity on all the cross arguments. But the other question what comes to my mind would be, constitutionally he is valid, but practically it's impossible for any person to even have a friendship conversation with anyone. But there are 2 different barricades of Manish Sisodia and Arvind Kejriwal. They would not be having a closed door. They can't even play Damshras because they are not against each other. They are like not there. So the point here which I'm trying to understand from the entire scenario is this particular case or any case in PMLA has to be collaborated with proceeds. As of now, the proceeds ke upar mein, there is a Supreme Court observation, 100% there is there. There have been understanding and observation which the ED is very much relying on. But as of now, since 1.5 years, 2 years, since the time Manish Sisodia has been behind the bar, there has been no conclusive stuff out as of now. So, on the ethical point of view, from the person from the party which Arvind Kejriwal ji had formed, or Aam Aadmi Party which came from a movement where this particular thing, that at that particular time 2012-13, when everyone believed that India would be corruption free, and he was the star of anti-corruption.
Okay.
On that ethical point, when he used to make that point that कोई किसी का केस चलता है, केस चलाओ, उसके बाद आप सरकार में आ जाओ, उसके बाद आप सीएम बन जाओ. So on that point, when we make a counter, or anyone, if Vineet, you are making a counter, or BJP or opposition is making their counter on specifically on this particular point, they are valid, because Arvind Kejriwal's entire plank to come in politics was that we have to be anti-corrupt. We cannot have a India with corruption. If someone is on an allegation also of corruption, go behind the bars, fight your case and come back. So that was his entire plank, and people believed it. So now when there is a U-turn, when Sumit Bhai is trying to make that point that Sunita Kejriwal could be the chief minister and can't be the chief minister, he wants his family members to be the chief minister, or someone from his close relationship, he's making a valid point. Why does he make that valid point? Is because the narrative does not go that.
Let Siddharth come in now. Siddharth, you've heard from BJP, you've heard from Congress.
Yeah, I've heard it.
Go on, respond now.
Yeah.
it is, like I said, it is very important to prove what really happened here and what were the kind of money trails that we are talking about. Because in Sanjay Singh's case, I think there's not much evidence which has been produced.
Yeah, I think I'll start with again a very cheeky reply and then come to the substantive part if you permit me. And don't worry, Manasvi, although he looks like exactly like a filmy hero, but he will not be a threat to your anchorship. I believe he has better work to do than that. Anyway, jokes aside. Basically, what the entire BJP ecosystem is saying to Hanuman ji like Ravan is that तुमने मेरी लंका क्यों जलाई? तो हनुमान बोलेगा मेरे पूंछ में आग किसने लगाई? आप अगर हनुमान के पूंछ में लगाओगे आग तो obviously लंका तो जलेगी. तो जिसने पूंछ में आग लगाई पहले उसको सोचना चाहिए. Anyway, the cheeky answer apart. Now I'll come to a very substantive part and Vineet, give me an answer. When you say the law is same to all, and in the Delhi excise policy case, the entire ED's case is that something called a Gujarat lobby got undue benefits out of it, then that means that any policy that is executed, if it benefits somebody, then it becomes a case. In that case, isn't it true that the night demonetization happened, and after the demonetization happened, billions of new currency notes were printed? Isn't it true that the currency note printing company and the paper company, new paper companies got benefit? So what if tomorrow in Gulbarga or in Asansol or in Amritsar, somebody walks into a police station and files a 420 case against the BJP's Pradhanji that by your bringing out the new demonetization case, you have benefited the new paper companies. By that logic, would it be right for every policeman to walk into the Prime Minister's residence and say that we have a 420 case against you, please come and cooperate with my investigation? Would you like that to happen? As a citizen of India, I would not like that to happen. But by that logic, that the BJP is saying that by a change of policy, you are benefiting somebody, by a demonetization, BJP also benefited the new paper companies which brought out billions of new currency notes. So let us not get into that. If you go into an argument in which you get trapped yourself, that's why I said Arvind Kejriwal has basically boomeranged on BJP. Okay. And I'm very happy that when Amit ji was speaking, he was speaking a lot of sense about Arvind Kejriwal is thinking that, Arvind Kejriwal is thinking that, he knows that in the next 6 months this will not happen, that will not happen. That essentially says that BJP is so spooked by Arvind Kejriwal's intelligence and his education that even their spokesperson are now forced to read the constitution. Now the funny part here is that I'll come back to the morality aspect and what Manasvi said. The question is again the same.
Okay, quickly. We have a paucity of time. I want Sumit also to weigh in on this. Quickly, please.
10 seconds. If the BJP's Pradhanji has set a benchmark by saying that staying in India, he can stop a Russia-Ukraine war 5,000 kilometers away, Arvind Kejriwal sitting
you said
in
that
Delhi
already.
can as well
Sumit Peer, respond. Sumit Peer, respond.
भाई संजय शर्मा जी, एक डिफरेंस है. मोदी जी जेल में नहीं, आपके सीएम साहब जेल में है. फर्क इतना, अगर वो जेल में होते वही वॉर रुकवा देते हैं. We'll let Mr. Kejriwal stop the war. I mean, if Modi ji could have not, and I'm sure Mr. Kejriwal Putin would have listened to him and he would have stopped the war. But the only problem is, थोड़ी सी प्रॉब्लम में ट्विस्ट ये है, उन्हें जेल से बाहर आना पड़ेगा. फोन होना चाहिए, इंटरनेट होना चाहिए. मोदी जी जेल में नहीं है सर. Do not do comparison. Government is not run on distance. Government is run on in a jail. Do you have all the privileges of a CMO? If CMO can be run from a jail, why did you spend 8 crore rupees on the CMO? What was the need of spending 8 crores on a CMO if it can be run from a jail? Then why it could not be run from the house? These are some legal questions. When you are in the jail, there are some legal compulsions on you. People cannot meet you. You cannot meet the people. How can you run the CMO? Like Manspi Bhai was making a point that even you cannot see Manish Sisodya, what can you talk to him? How can you run the governance? So do not do comparisons between Prime Minister Modi and Arvind Kejriwal. There is no comparison, sir. I have to be very direct with you. And secondly, we are talking of the proceeds of the crime. Kavita ji has told that 100 crores was given, right? She has become an approver. Mr. Nair has become an approver. And we heard that Mr. Kejriwal told that I was not talking to Mr. Nair. Atishi and Raghav was talking to Mr. Nair. So he's hinting that Mr. Nair did something. Then let me take you to the PIL, sir, a technical point here. In PIL, when the PIL was filed, the Honorable Court said, look, in that PIL, the problem is that there is no provision in the Constitution. Can a CM be in jail and run the Chief Minister's office or not? There is no provision. But the executive has the power to decide is it fit or not. Here, the executive is Lieutenant Governor and the people.
We've completely run out of time. Completely run out of time. Appreciate everyone being a part of this conversation. Yeah, all right. Thank you, Sumit. We appreciate everyone being a part of this particular conversation.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.